Welcome back to the channel, guys. How is your day going? I trust you're having a great one. As always, you know what we talk about here: Nigerian Super Eagles, NFF, Super Eagles players, and everything in between. And the latest, of course, that happened recently is the appointment of Coach Finidi as the head coach of Nigerian Super Eagles. And even though that was unpopular among Nigerians who, believe that Aminike should have instead gotten the job, but it's still something that we have to accept and move on with. But there's still a lot of things to be done from NFF side. We've not seen the contract. We've not seen a lot of details about this contract, the duration of the contract, the salary. I talked about that in the last video where one of these media, Super Eagles media, ex-Super Eagles media, obviously talked about potential for an increment in terms of the salary for Coach Finidi. And then we've not seen that. We've not seen the people that are going to assist Coach Finidi, as NFF only announced Finidi, without giving us details about the assistant coaches and the members of the backroom staff that are going to, obviously support him in this one. But that's the reason for this video right now. And of course, I'm going to start with the one that Edema Fuludu, a former Nigerian Super Eagles midfielder, a legend of the Nigerian Super Eagles. Obviously, he was part of the team that won the 1994 World Cup, and a teammate of Coach Finidi back in the day. He has now, talked about the current situation right now. Fuludu was speaking with the news agency of Nigeria, Lagos branch, and he obviously had a lot of things to say about Coach Finidi's appointment by the NFF. First, he was quick to congratulate Finidi, and he said that it was a nice decision for NFF to actually look into home base, as the way forward for Nigerian Super Eagles. But he urged NFF to give Finidi an official contract, that stipulates the terms of the contract of his duration, and then he also wants NFF to give Finidi an authority over the Nigerian Super Eagles, the authority or the power to actually make decisions by himself. And it shouldn't be the situation whereby he's just a poster boy as the Nigerian Super Eagles head coach, but in reality he is being controlled by the NFF and the top guys in the federation, and he doesn't have real power. So Fuludu is urging the NFF that for once they should entrust our local coach with all the power, all the authority that he needs to actually function well, and not the situation whereby he's being sabotaged by top hierarchies in the NFF and in the ministry. This is what he has said, and he also dropped a piece of advice for Coach Finidi, telling him that he should not forget or not fail to speak out when he is delivering his services, and then he's having some kind of sabotage or some people obviously oppressing him or not allowing him the full authority to handle the team. If he feels anything like this from NFF or the hierarchy, Fuludu is telling him to speak out to the public and let people know that, okay, this is what's happening. They are not giving you control of certain things that you should be in control because you are the coach, and that's the only way that Nigerians and the fans will obviously know that this is what's happening. And in case anything goes wrong, you know that you're just justified for wanting to do the right thing, but you were not given the opportunity. There's also been talks about Coach Finidi obviously being the one to appoint his assistant, and the people that he's going to work with. This is what's going on right now. It seems that NFF will not have a hand in it, and they are going to give him the liberty to actually appoint the people that he's going to work well with. And if you remember, if you've been following this channel for the longest time, you would recall that I said that in one of the previous videos that NFF's plans, was to one part of their plans is to actually appoint a coach and then allow that coach to select his backroom staff. That was the initial plan from NFF, and it seems that they are willing to keep these promises, with Finidi, and he might be given the chance to obviously appoint, the people that he's going to work with, which is of course something that in theory feels like a good idea, because it will allow Finidi to actually appoint people that have similar mentality with him, people that have progressive mindset, and people whose goals are shared by him. And on this front again, Fuludu obviously advised Finidi to look for people that he's going to work well with, just as I said, and not people that they would have contrary decisions, people that are going to work to improve his team. He also urged Coach Finidi to look into the local players, that's the NPFL players, and try and get the best stars from there to actually represent. That's one way that he can obviously grow popular. And if he gets things right with the NPFL players, combined with the foreign players, then it's definitely going to be a success, with his tenure. All of this obviously still depends on what the NFF, is going to agree on, because they are the federation, of course. Whatever they agree, the contract terms and everything is what's going to stand. And of course, if it's okay for Finidi, he's going to roll with it. From what's reaching me right now is that NFF are still, trying to piece together the terms of the contract. Everything with all the questions we've been asking. How long will it be for? What's the pay range? The members of the backroom staff that are going to work with Finidi. All of these questions. What NFF are currently trying to piece together, and then let the public know, the ones that the public should know. Moving on beyond that one, guys, suddenly that things could be turning around for Samuel Chukwueze from next season in AC Milan, and he might, turn his career around and start playing games and become the key player, or one of the key players of AC Milan. And this is because AC Milan are considering looking for a new coach, and they've now identified Brighton and Hove Albion De Zerbi as the man that's going to replace Stefano Pioli. Of course, you know that Chukwueze and Pioli, they don't really have this trust among themselves. Pioli does not trust Chukwueze enough. He didn't play him as much, since he moved to the club. He had always preferred Pulisic, and he still prefers Pulisic. But Pioli obviously had an issue with the club after he failed to win the Scudetto, after Inter Milan beat him to the Scudetto. And right now the management are looking towards changing Pioli for next season, and they initially identified the Spanish coach wizard Lopetegui, but the AC Milan fans apparently booed on the idea. They did not want Lopetegui, and they instead want the club to look into De Zerbi, and that's what's happening right now. So Chukwueze might be on a clean slate from next season to fight for shirts, at level terms with the likes of Pulisic, Leao, and all of that. And if everything works fine for him, he could obviously be a marquee player for AC Milan starting from next season. However, Milan still has a lot to do in terms of triggering the release clause of De Zerbi, because he's still under contract with Brighton until 2026, and if they want to sign him, they're going to have to have about 17 million euros and not also break the PFF rule for transfers and for expenditures. But again, it could be a turnaround for Chukwueze from next season. Moving on, guys, let me let you know that an 18-year-old Benjamin Chienela Frederick has now moved permanently to FC Brentford in the English Premier League. Of course, Chienela was on loan with the club last year, after he went for trial from a certain Moses Simon's Academy in Jos called the Simon Aiden Academy, and he passed the trial. He was signed on loan last season, but recently now he has been offered a new long-term contract that's going to keep him at the club until 2028. And of course, it's a great one for him, a great one for the lad, for his progress. And it was official. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano announced that one, and he's going to continue the development under Brentford. He was reportedly pursued by a lot of top clubs, the likes of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, were obviously vying for his signature, but he decided to go with Brentford, after they agreed the deal. And for the last update, guys, let me let you know that Oshoala has now signed an ambassadorial deal with Google Pixel smartphones. She and a number of our teammates at BFC obviously signed that deal, and the tech giants announced that one on their official social media page. Oshoala, of course, she's in USA playing for BFC right now. They're not doing very well at the minute, occupying the 10th position currently, but she's hit the ground running in terms of personal performances, having scored 2 goals from just very few appearances. She actually had a goal in her debut game, and in the last game that they played, she scored a goal against San Diego's, but they were unable to get a victory for that one, even after she scored a goal. But that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching this one. Don't forget to like and share the video, and also subscribe if you've not done so. Take care of yourselves, stay tuned to the channel, and God bless you.